So you just had the V panel. What was the fan reaction like?
Oh my gosh, I was so surprised. I don't know what I thought. I was like half full, quarter full. People were so nice. It was wonderful. It was really neat. It's fun to go out on stage and have so many people, and so many people know what you're talking about, and I love that shared interest. It's neat.
So what can you tell us about season 2 of V? Do you have any insight into how the next season could go?
I can't give out any spoilers, but I can tell you that it's going to be very rich and which we said, but I can say that I know it's going to be very rich in where do these characters come from, where exactly are they going, what exactly does Anna want, why is she so dangerous to us, how are we going to fight her, all of those questions that were kind of a bit nebulous in the first. I really think that they're going to come in and be very distinct and very precise, and it's going to make it a really active kind of, I don't know, I think it's going to be a much more emotionally engaging show in the second season. I'm excited about it.
Right, your character Erica, her son Ryan, their relationship, they're kind of struggling a little bit, so that's...
They are struggling, but they could struggle even more, or there could be more to it. I really feel like we started in a really nice place, and I think now, because we have all the people we're going to have, as far as our writing staff has, everything's going to stay the same, and I think now we have a chance to do something really great, and I'm really hopeful.
Do you have any good memories from recent shooting? Any good stories?
Oh, yeah, hanging out with Joel till 3 in the morning. Joel and Morris and I and Charlie, when Charlie joined the cast, we sit and laugh, and we work till 3 in the morning. We sit and laugh and have the time of our lives. I have no idea why I got so lucky, but it's great. And then Morena and I giggle, which sounds strange because we're both play such strong women, but we just sit next to each other when we're in that big green room, and she's incredibly funny, sharp, so it's good.
Yeah. Do you enjoy a role as a strong female character?
I do. I really do. As a matter of fact, I've been doing now, since I booked V, I've been doing mixed martial arts, and it's really fun. Yeah, I like it. I don't mind the muscles. I think they're kind of nice. I feel like I can be girly later, or that kind of thing, but I love it. I was never taught to be anything other than a strong woman, so it would be hard for me to, I guess I could do the other. And strong women have so many weaknesses, so it makes them so nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
So we're here at Joel Gresh from V, here to talk about the next upcoming season. Congratulations on getting renewed for second season, by the way. So we had a couple of questions from our fans from our show via Twitter and some on our Facebook as well. I want to ask, how is it like working on such a television show that's so heavily based with green screens and the different set pieces and everything? And of course, how grueling is it? Because you guys do seem to do a lot of your own stunts.
Right.
So I was going to maybe ask you, just kind of talk about how it is to work on such a sci-fi action-y set.
That's a fantastic question, but not for me.
Why not?
Because I'm not in the green screen stuff. I'm some of it,
but you're doing
but not much.
You're the badass priest out there,
Right.
You're shooting them all up.
I think the scripts that us actors get is so specific, it's so well written that we actually, you have it in your mind's eye what it's going to be like. So when you show up on a green screen, they go, okay, now here's the ship is there and the door is going to be over there. It's not there, obviously. You're looking at a green screen. You take that leap because you've read it, and and also on the set, the directors that we've been getting and the producer Steve Perlman being on the set has been so helpful. So. It's all, we're acting. We're taking that leap of faith and kind of running with it. So it's been, I think, might be more challenging for Morena, and because she's in a lot of green screen and stuff all the time. But if you watch her scenes, she's pretty phenomenal. So
Now, at the end of the last season, we saw the fleet of ships coming to Earth, backing them all up. Now, could we be expecting some new cast members to pop up on the screen? Because people were starting to be knocked off left and right towards the end of last season.
Yeah.
So could we expect any new cast, any big names to be coming joining you guys on the screen?
I think what the Scott Rosenbaum was saying in the panel, that they're bringing in Anna's mom, which is fascinating.
Interesting.
So I don't know who that's going to be. It'd be great if it was one of the original cast members or something. But and I think we have to. It's more of an international show now, so we're going to be bringing more people in, and it's terrific. So
Joel, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. Take care.
So your character Ryan, he just had a baby, and his girlfriend's dead now.
Yes.
How do you think his character is going to change in the new season?
Well, he opens up with the dilemma this year of going to the dark side or staying good, and that's going to be the interesting part. I like playing the dark side, but I like being on the good side too. I like the dark. I hope I stay on the dark side, but we don't know yet, or I don't know yet. They know, but I don't know.
What would you pick if it was your choice?
Dark side.
Dark side.
Dark side. To me, it's much more fun. look at Miranda. She gets to slap her own daughter. She gets to break her daughter's legs. You know, she's doing all this crazy stuff, so it's fun.
So what's it like on set? There's obviously a lot of green screen effects and a lot of things like that.
Green screen is just tough. I mean, you know, we're in this huge stage, and it's hot, and you know, you're walking down hallways that's not there. It's just a big space. So it's tough, but it's fun. You know, the one thing about our show, we don't know what we're going to do till we read the script sometimes, and even we don't know what the green screen is going to look like sometimes until we see the show. So it's a lot of things like that that make the show interesting for us.
So your character Lisa, she basically betrayed her entire race and her mother. Do you think it's possible that Lisa might flip over to the good side?
Definitely. At the end of the first season, her just helping Erica kill the eggs was a huge step for her. And I think because she did that, we know for sure she's going to join the fifth column. But the only problem is Tyler wants to be a V and wants to be on the V side, so that's going to probably pull them apart. And she's being groomed to be for the throne, next queen in line, and dealing with that and Tyler and her relationship with Erica now, she's going to have to decide pretty quickly what she wants to do.
So what's it like filming a set? There's obviously a lot of green screen work that goes into it. Is that a challenge?
No, I like green screen. You have to use your imagination when you're on green screen because we don't have props to work with, and actors usually like to have things that they can do during scenes, but luckily the V's are very straightforward and just know what they're thinking and don't really move around too much. But it's a bit of a challenge. You just use your imagination and somehow it works out. But we have a great technology called Zeus. And usually when you do green screen, you don't get to see what it's going to look like in the final product. And this technology we have is from Alice in Wonderland, the movie. So we can run behind the monitor and see what our walls are going to look like and what the hallways look like. And it really helps us with our imagination as well.
One of the things we've been asking everywhere going down the line here is how is it working in such an action-packed sci-fi movie? You're like the resident badass on the screen. It's got to be awesome. There's a lot of green screen work if you're near the ship, of course. But you're pretty much running around. It's an action sci-fi movie. It's an hour of just awesome action-packed, an hour of television. So how is it like that working with all these guys in such a television show?
I mean, one thing that's interesting is it's actually several TV shows in one. Like, I didn't even meet Morena and Laura until the end of the first season, because my whole show was me, Morris Chestnut, Joel Gretsch, and Elizabeth, getting together and plotting how we're going to fight these guys. That was my entire show, and it is action-packed, and yet we spent a lot of our time standing around hatching our next plot, Then we would get out and we blew up the V shuttle with the Stinger missile and stuff, and there's a bit of gunplay and so on. There was the fantastic action sequence out at the amusement park, where we got that sniper and so on. I love doing the action stuff. I really, really love it.
So what's going to happen next? I mean, last we left you guys, the sky turned red. There's a squadron, a fleet of ships coming your way. Seems like everyone's getting knocked off towards the end of the season. Making room for some new stars coming in and join you guys in the battle, or what do you think is going to happen in that first couple of episodes of the next season?
I know we're going to see Anna's mother.
Interesting.
Because Anna's got herself into a tough spot. She had this rush of human-like emotion and let go with the red sky, and possibly she now regrets it. Possibly now her colleagues in the V's are, criticising her, or I don't know what's going to happen, but I know her mother comes on board to support her, so that's going to happen. The other thing we know is we find another sort of pod, if you will, of the fifth column resistance fighters, and they have a totally different take on how to fight this war than we do, and we're not necessarily on the same page as them. So, yeah, there's going to be some conflict and some dynamics there with Elizabeth facing down their leader kind of thing.
And of course, Morena's conflicts within her family, I guess you could say, between her mother and her daughter as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Excellent. So what are you looking forward to most in this season as opposed to because you said before, you kind of came in halfway through, you get all the plotting. What's the biggest thing what's going to happen going forward for you?
For me, like, as a character?
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, the main thing is I really have to choose what I'm going to do. For most of season 1, it was so clear what I had to do. It's like, I'll play along with these guys, but end of the day, I'm going to take the money, I'm going to look after myself. And now, against his own instincts and his own nature, he's got some loyalty to these people. He knows the V's are a legitimate threat, and if we're going to survive as a race, we're going to have to do something about it. So he's in a real state of conflict, you know. And how he works it out is going to be the interesting part of it for me, yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. How's it going, man? Is this your first Comic-Con experience?
Yes, and it's unbelievable. I moved my train back so I could stay a little bit longer.
Nice, nice. Have you been downstairs to the exhibit floor at all?
Just a sign. I'm doing that all day tomorrow, but I'm going to wear a hat. Yeah.
There you go. So, V, man, we're going to the second season. Congratulations, by the way.
Thanks, buddy.
Up for the second season. It seems like everything's kind of hitting the fan at this point. Sky
Yeah.
turns red, fleet of ships coming in.
Hasn't it been hitting the fan the whole season?
Your girl's a lizard? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, well, I don't know that quite yet. Yeah, when that happens, I'm going to fall down, man. I can't wait. It's just going to be like, you know. But,
so yeah, it seems like we have a pretty big storyline coming in for season 2.
Yeah.
The fleet of ships is here. We hear a rumor that Anna's mother is going to be coming up on board, so you're going to get to meet Grandma Dearest, of course.
Yes, that's
so
going to be awesome. I hope it is who it might be.
All right. So what are you most looking forward to for the next season of V?
I'm just glad to get back to work. I'm glad that people are going to find out more about my character. I'm glad that he's picking sides. I'm just glad to be working. I'm a very happy person right now.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Well, congratulations, of course, on the second season of V.
Thanks.
Hope it's going to be great for you guys. Enjoy the rest of Comic-Con.
Will do.
And you guys, now what do you want to go downstairs and see? What's the biggest attraction here?
There's a game called Morton's List that I want to buy. We lost it a couple of years ago, my family. And then I want to check out some of the movies. I want to check out DC Comics. Do they have an Andy Griffith show tent?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
I'm joking. Oh, there's a video game area, which looks wicked awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, man, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Best of luck to you, all right?
Take care, man.
Take care.
So this year is basically the first V panel at Comic-Con. What was the reaction like this year?
The reaction was fantastic. I was here last year, we had a great last year. We showed the whole pilot, which was great. It was the first time the show had been seen by fans. This year we haven't started production yet, so we didn't have anything new to show at our panel today. So we cut together a clip reel, which I think played very nicely at the beginning. But we were a little nervous, have these people seen everything, and it got a very good reaction. And we've got one of the best casts on television, and not only from the standpoint of they're great looking and the audience loves them, but they're some of the most gracious people. And anytime we ask them to do interviews, anytime we ask them to do press, anytime we ask them to go to any kind of an event, they're more than game to go.